everybody, this is Stuart with Wine on the Dime, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Daou Rosé. It's from Paso Robles, California. It's 13.7% alcohol by volume, and I have no idea what's in it, but I did pay $18 for it at my local grocery store. So let's get into this wine. I really don't know why I bought this wine, to be honest, because I normally don't like spending a lot of money on a rosé. Maybe it was because I saw it was an $18 rosé. And it was from a producer that I've reviewed before, and I was like, well, let's see if it's worth the money. Or it could have been that I just really wanted to get home and I just grabbed 3 random rosés off the shelf because I realized I'm lacking that content on my channel. Anyway, so let's get to the color. From a color standpoint, you are medium orange. No, you're pale orange. All right, so on the nose. Oh, okay, so it is kind of floral. The first thing I'm getting out of this is I'm kind of getting like a peach blossom, but then also I'm getting a little bit of like a cantaloupe. And then now the strawberries coming in. A little bit of cherry. It has a medium nose intensity. I remembered this time while doing the nose. There's maybe a touch of orange in here, but I mean, I'm getting a little bit more florality and some fruit, but I'm not getting really anything that's just clubbing me over the head. It's all kind of medium across the board. Anyway, how does it taste? It tastes almost like it smells. Really good amount of peach blossom in there. The orange is a lot stronger, and even then it's almost like an orange peel. It's almost kind of like if you were to kind of just bite into an orange peel just for a second, kind of suck on it just for the briefest of a second, you kind of get that oiliness, a slightly bit of an astringent note, but the essence of the oil, like the essence of the orange. So that's kind of what I'm getting with it. It's almost like a slight pithy bitteriness to it. The cherry is there, the strawberry is there, both very minor. Like I said, it's just it's kind of floral and it's kind of orangey, and that's really the big chunk of it. Like that's it. It's kind of more on the simpler side of rosé. The melon does show up, but it doesn't show up until probably about halfway through the mid palate going into the finish. So, I mean, that's present too, but it's not something that you get immediately on the palate. That being said though, it is the thing, so far, that's been sticking around the longest on the finish. So if you're a fan of cantaloupe, yeah, I mean, that's gonna stick around for a while. And then getting into the rest of the specs of the wine, I'm gonna say that this is a medium plus acid. Let's check. Man, it is hard. I'm gonna say it's somewhere between medium plus. If I was someone doing this on the SAT, like the systematic approach to tasting, and I was actually grading this myself, I would probably circle both just because it's so close. So anyway, that's there. And then in terms of the finish, it's medium minus finish. Like I said, unless you're a fan of the cantaloupe, if you do like the cantaloupe, which I actually do, then it kind of goes more into the medium territory. It's a medium bodied wine, tastes medium alcohol, smells medium alcohol, and no noticeable tannins, but you shouldn't have really that many in a rosé unless it's designed for that. In the end, I mean, it's more of a simpler rosé. It's kind of more on the side where you just want to hang out by the pool and drink some rosé, or if you're barbecuing or having some food, you just want something light and refreshing. Yeah, this kind of falls on that list. But is it any good? We don't know until we get to the blick. Doing random hand gestures because apparently I'm over-caffeinated. So from a balance standpoint, I'll give you a full point. I really do think that if you had more acid, you'd be out of balance. If you had less body, you'd be out of balance. You kind of just hit that kind of sweet spot where you're still within the boundaries of what I'd be looking for in a wine, but still full point. Length, medium finish for me, so I'm going to give you half a point. Intensity, medium on the nose, medium on the palate, so I'm going to give you half a point there. However, in terms of complexity, I am going to give you, well, I need to think about this because I did have florality, I did have citrus, I did have red fruit, and I had melon. I'm going to go ahead and give you half a point. I didn't get any winemaking techniques, no MLF, no any other sort of influence, and no secondary characteristics from any sort of barreling, and no tertiary, which I even got to forget to say the vintage of this wine. What is the vintage? It's a 2020. It shouldn't have any tertiary. Anyway, like I said, half a point. In the end, I'm gonna give this wine good. I've had better wines at $18, better rosés at $18. I would say that this rosé still has a use for its price point. If you're going to someone's house, you want a nice looking bottle, you want to kind of use it as more the ambiance, you're not necessarily certain if they like rosé or really acid heavy wines, then this is good. It's very unassuming, and this would actually probably be a good wine getting people into rosé if they're not familiar with it. But like I said, there might be some cheaper options if you're going to be experimenting. This is more because you want a really nice looking bottle and a wine that is good. Anyway, this has been Stuart with Wine on the Dime. If you liked today's video, please like, subscribe, and comment. Have you had the 2020 Daou Rosé? I'd be interested to know if you have. Leave a comment below, and I'll see y'all again soon with another episode from Wine on the Dime.